on this computer. There we go. It's recording. Okay, so I've never done this before, but last week I was talking to a couple people on my team. Anna was one of them. Hi, Anna. And we were talking about all of the consultants that have, been inspired enough to jump in and start a business, but then maybe felt like they were spinning their wheels and, working really hard and maybe not getting what they wanted from their business. And so the whole thought that we had was we wanted to simplify things. And, I shared on Chantel's nation call or region call, whatever it was last week, that I've been using social media a lot. And I know a lot of you are, because I've talked to various folks just about social media in general and, the journey that we've all sort of started. And I think it's an evolution, and it's definitely not something that you can get really good at overnight. But if you practice the little things, then of course we'll get better. So what I want to do with you guys is, my TV is unmuting itself. There we go. What I thought we would do is literally pretend, like, I hope everyone's in front of their computer right now. And if you're not, get your computer out. Because literally I'm going to be walking through sharing my screen with you, and I'll just walk through what I do and the different things that I do during my 1 hour of prospecting. We may not take the whole hour for me to walk through that. And I had a little bit of anxiety as I was prepping for this, because I was like, oh my God, what if it doesn't go well? And what if I don't know what to do? But literally, this is what an hour of prospecting would look like for me. I have those moments of doubt, and I have, like, oh my goodness, I don't have enough people, and just all that stuff that goes through our minds. But I think it's better not to prep for it, because it should be real, right? So we can talk through it. If you guys have questions, feel free to ask questions as we go. I really don't want to just talk at you guys. It's really intended for us to be working, like, in a working session together. So that said, I'm going to share my screen. Now, the other thing is, while I'm getting my screen going here, the intention is also, once I've gone through the various prospecting things and sort of how I do things, I also plan to launch my business online, which I haven't done yet. So you should be seeing my Facebook page here. Like I said, I have not launched my business online officially. So I've done, I did the traditional launching my business because I started 3 years ago. So I did the in-home launches. I've done host events, lots of one-on-ones, and all that stuff was great. And it got me to where I am now, an executive area manager. But I feel like something needs to change a little bit. I need to do something differently in order to get different results, because I've qualified for region, but I didn't close it. And then I've struggled to re-qualify. So this is the shift that I've been driving in my business, and it's been working really well for me. And I've been sponsoring quite nicely. I'd like to continue to ramp it up, but this is what has worked for me. So basically, I sort of wrote down the various things that I do. So first and foremost, when I start prospecting, first of all, I will say prospecting is not browsing social media just to, like, see what everyone's up to. It is not posting on social media, even though posting on social media is very important. What else is it not? It is not chatting with people, unless of course you're doing that with a purpose. And I don't mean like going out to get people, and but I mean, building relationships. If you're building relationships, then that is good. But don't spend the whole hour talking to one person, because that's not doing you any good, right? Reach out, do your asks, do that stuff during the hour, and then continue those conversations outside of that. And frankly, if you don't respond to someone right away, it's not the end of the world, because what you want people to think is you're busy and you're not desperate, right? So you don't have to respond right away. Okay, so let's pretend it's the morning and I'm opening up my Facebook. First of all, this is my business tracker. I did share it on Chantal's page, and this is my activity tracker. So it's got all my days and all the activity that I'm doing. And I have not kept up over the long weekend, but I did add my names to my list. So I just have to fill in the boxes. But basically, here's all the names that I added to my list over the last few days. And I'm not as consistent as I would like to be, as I will be soon. But just to give you an idea, this is what I do. So if I go back to my Facebook, and this is on Google Sheets, by the way. So I personally love Google Sheets because it's an Excel spreadsheet. But what I was finding was I had my computer at home, and then when I went to work, I do a lot of my prospecting. I go to work early and I sit in the office and I do my work or prospecting there. But I was on a different computer. And so I was struggling to keep track of all the things in the same place. And then when I was on the run, if I was having a conversation with someone, I wanted to add them to the list and I couldn't. And then I would go, oh, I'll do it later, but you never do, right? Because you forget. So this Google Sheets allows me to have this Excel spreadsheet on my phone or on any computer I'm on. I just log in to my Google account and it's there. So that's super handy and it automatically saves.
Jen, quick question.
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask, is it easier for you if we save time at the end to ask you any questions, or I don't want to interrupt you either?
You can ask anything. I don't have a script, like I said. So if you have questions, just ask away.
I don't have one right now, but I just wanted to know from me or the group if we just popped in, or
chances are, if you have a question, someone else probably is thinking the same thing, and don't be shy, just ask.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Okay. So the other thing is I have a business page, but what I've learned is, again, the theme is simplicity, duplication, and I find business pages are a little bit tricky. They're confusing. People always are asking, what should I put in my personal page? What should I put on my business page? How does it differ? All this stuff, right? And it's like, it's too complicated. And it's just another place to post stuff. And so I kind of got off that bandwagon of the business page. I'll tell you about a page that I have that I love that is not a business page. It's a community page. And it's not open to the public. It's actually private and invite only. And I'll sort of show you how that fits into the process here. Okay, but let's just pretend it's first thing in the morning. What I'm going to do is I do my miracle morning first and foremost, because I never jump on the computer. Because if I see something negative, automatically it's going to stir up an emotion in me. I'm pretty good at pushing that out and realizing it's silly and not real, or managing my emotions, for lack of a better term. But you don't want to start your day off with someone else's negativity, maybe, shining on your day. So start your day with something positive, do a walk, listen to a podcast, something like that. And then start your business prospecting. So first thing is, I go into my notifications, and I've already kind of done some of this for the day. So it's a bit cheating, but I'll just show you. Okay. So I look for birthdays. That's the first thing that I do. And so I click on here. And so my whole thing is the 5-5-3, right? Every day. So 5 new connections, 5 follow-ups, and 3 business presentations. So when I look here, I see, oh, there's 4 people. Okay, well, 2 of them are Arbonne, which, happens when you have lots of Arbonne friends. But 2 of them are not. And this person I know very well. His wife's already on my list. But this person, I was like, who is this? I didn't really recognize him. So I click here and I look at this person. She's cute as a button. And I go, okay, not very many friends. She's not super active on social media, but that's okay. And it's her birthday. And then I try to figure out, how do we know each other? I see we have 10 mutual friends. So I look here and I go, oh, good. They're not all Arbonne people. Perfect. So this means she's somebody who is connected to my high school group, which is awesome. I don't know her super well. This was a missed opportunity, frankly, so I must have added her at some point and not continued to foster that relationship. So immediately I go to my tracker and I would add Elena, which I think I did that already today. Yep, here she is. So Elena goes on the list. I called today my friend date with her because I had not been building a relationship with her before. So she goes on as today. I met her through Facebook. She's a new contact. And then I had seen that I think she's a teacher. So that would go in my notes. So she is now on my list. And it's funny because you're going like, well, yeah, but she's not your friend. But this is the beginning of my building a relationship with her. So what I do is I went on my phone earlier today. I opened up my Facebook Messenger. I typed in her name and I sent her an audio message that said, hey, Elena, I saw that it's your birthday today. This is Jen. We don't know each other super well, but we're friends on Facebook and I know we have so many common friends. And I said, I just thought, I'd wish you a very happy birthday and I hope it's a great one. And then I finished with a question like, so you know my high school friends, you must be from Mississauga as well. Is that where you live now? And then I left it. Okay. So that's the end of my message. It takes me less than 30 seconds. She's on my list. I've started a relationship with her. Now we wait for her to respond. And in the meanwhile, I go on her page and really quickly, where is she? I would find a post that I think is, this is the post that I looked at. So I said, oh my goodness, is it really weird that I've never seen this movie? So, Sound of Music, right?
Yes, it is weird.
It is weird, and I'm sure I could get 150 questions right.
But
maybe I should be friends with her.
It's really engaging, right? So that's it. I'm not going to be a creeper and like 8,000 of her things. She clearly likes the Jays. She's got a boyfriend. Okay, great. So that's it. I'm done with Elena, but that's one of my new connections, right? So then I go back to my my friends thing, and I'll send Shane a happy birthday as well, just because it's nice to keep connections with people in your past, because you never know. Maybe his wife one day will choose to say yes to the business, right? So I want to keep that relationship going. Okay, so that is birthdays. That's always good for like one, sometimes 3 or 4. What else do I do? Okay, I go back through my notifications. Oh, okay, here's groups. I'm going to come back to that in a minute. I'm in a lot of groups, which we'll talk about. Okay, so maybe we'll go to groups next. So the other thing that I look for in my notifications, I'm not seeing any right now, but where there's like memories, so something that you had posted before, and it's kind of like an easy, sometimes it's an easy post to say, oh my gosh, here's where I was a year ago or 2 years ago, and you can sort of create a post that talks about how much you've changed, but that's not necessarily about prospecting per se. Okay, so let's just do, I'm going to go here for a second. Okay, so this is my page. I just want to stop here for 1 second because I think it's really important just to talk about your page just for 2 minutes. Keep it really light. Keep your profile picture somewhat consistent. I just changed mine the other day only because I thought this one was really fun and inviting. Your cover page should be something inspirational. It can be a collage of your family or your lifestyle or something, but something that like kind of says, it speaks to people. And then make sure your intro has something there personally, I would take out Arbonne or network marketing or any mention of that, because people, what we're doing is we're adding friends that we don't know, right? So I just think you want to be careful not to, shock them to run away before they have you have a chance to share with them or talk to them, right? So I just say, like, I love animals, travel, beauty, making friends, building dreams, blah, 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 right? And then I say, I'm a CEO at Jen Woods Marketing Inc. I totally made that up, but it sounds cool. And then some various things here. I used to have Arbonne in here. I took it out. And then I have these pictures are very specifically chosen as the ones that come up first. So you can do that. The other thing is I have my follow button turned to on. It's very important. So I have 148 people following me that are not my friends. I don't know who they are, but they're following me and they're seeing my posts. And that grows every day. So that's pretty cool. Anyone who adds you as a friend and you don't accept their friend request, they automatically go in that follow bucket. And then some people don't want to necessarily be your friend, but they want to see what you're posting. So that's cool. Oh, shoot. Where have I gone here? Okay. So this is here's an important thing to know. The next thing we're going to talk about is groups and how you meet people there and how engaging there and driving some of that stuff. Okay. So what's really important is when you're going to go and add friends, and this was weird for me when I learned this, and now it feels natural to do it. And it actually works really, really well. And I'll share some examples, but you're going to add some friends that you don't know. Okay. And some of them will accept and some won't, but don't worry, it doesn't matter. And just make sure you're staying within the limits. Don't go bonkers and add 20 people in one day, because you'll go to Facebook jail and you don't want that. But the key is when you're adding friends. So let's say right now I'm going to go and add some friends, okay? And we'll do that together. So while we're doing this, guys, you should be doing it with me. So make sure that your last few posts are not Arbonne. And don't talk about Arbonne or your, whatever. It can dance around something like this one that I just posted. It totally dances around because I'm like, I cleared my mind before starting this online session with you guys. And I just posted about it and I posted, blah, blah, blah. So that's not Arbonne related. This is not Arbonne related, but it's about, me relaxing and, hanging out at the cottage. Somebody posted some weird thing about weddings. This was a cottage post. So this is all good, right? So if someone's new, I add them as a friend. They're going to take maybe 12 seconds, scroll through my post, make sure I'm not a creepo, and go, oh, she's cool. She has fun and she goes to the cottage and blah, 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 right? So great. They're going to add me. So just make sure when you're adding people, you don't have a million Arbonne things right away, because then people will go, oh, they just want to talk to me about Arbonne. Okay. So now here's the next thing I'm going to say. Social media, it is super important to be consistent. I know it feels like work to post every day, but you have to post once a day minimum. I'm going to tell you my secret. I listen to a lot of podcasts, and when I find a social media guru, I follow them. So I don't become their friend. I just follow them. And then I see their posts every day. And when I see their posts, there are some awesome posts, and I totally duplicate and change it and make it my own. It's so easy to do. They don't know because they're not my friend, and make it simple, right? So, okay, let's talk about groups. So your social media brand is about finding 3 to 5 things about you or just about
Jen, I have a question. Sorry, you said you were going to add friends. So who are you adding? What friends? You didn't finish.
I'll get to that in 1 second.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So about your social media brand, what are 3 to 5 things that you love to talk about? So for me, it's animals. I love to travel. I love personal development. I love success and entrepreneurial stuff. And I love beauty. There's probably a few other things, but that's for the most part what I love. So that's who I am. That's my brand. So you guys right now should be writing down, what are the 3 to 5 things that are you? And it will not feel like work for you to talk about those things. Okay? So once you figured those things out, the next step is we're going to go back to our homepage here, and we're going to go to groups. Where are my groups? Here we go. I'm going to go to groups. Right now we're on Discover. That's if you're searching for a group. So if I wanted to find a group about travel, this is my favorite group. I'm already part of it. I don't know. I'll go to that one because I'm going to go to groups. This is my groups. Groups I manage. Okay, here we go. So girls love travel. So this is the group that I love the most because it's a bunch of girls who post about how much they love travel. And there's almost 400,000 members. So here's what I would do in this group. We'll first read the description, make sure it's cool. A lot of them say like, no MLM, no do. Another reason why you don't want to have Arbonne in your title, because you don't want to turn anybody off. I'm not here to spam this group. I'm not posting a link about my business. I'm not doing any of that nasty stuff because that's not cool. I'm here to engage in something that I love, travel, and to share my experiences and to meet people. That's why I'm here, making friends. Okay, so I go through here, and anyone come home from traveling and just gone? What? That doesn't even make sense. Has anyone done this? Like, wow, that is the coolest. So I might like comment in here and say, have you done this? Are you considering this? This is crazy. Like that girl's super risky, right? So this is somebody, oh, and she looks like she might have a German name. Oh, I don't know where that is. But anyway, I would look for a post. She's like literally dream boarding about traveling and where she's been and where she wants to go. Like, come on, how perfect of a prospect, right? So I look, she lives in San Francisco. Okay, perfect. So I'll probably go down here and I would say something like, I love that you are dream boarding about your love for travel. Something stupid. What's
And in that case, like, are you now going to document that in your Excel chart that you've commented there somewhere, or you leave this kind of stuff out for, like, how do you manage that?
So what I'm doing, I only add people to my list if I friended them. Okay. So I wrote her a comment here, but I'm going to send her a friend request. Well, first I'm going to make sure she's normal. She seems pretty normal. She's got a bunch of friends, none in common. So I feel like she's a good ad. So I'm going to add friend. Just like that. So I
add her to the Excel doc.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Barbara Daniels.
definition of normal?
Huh?
What's your definition of normal?
Not weird. I don't know. She looks like there's nothing that stands out to me as like, ooh, I don't want to add her. There are a lot of MLM people in these groups too, right? So you look to see, like, are they already in network marketing? If so, move on. We're not about trying to get people to move, right? Graduating from training 2 weeks ago, and officially she's okay, so she loves to travel so much that she's, you know, willing to be a flight attendant and make $24,000 a year. No offense if any flight attendants are on this call. I apologize. But I know they don't make a lot of money, but they do it for their love of travel. So I don't even know who this is. Oh, this is a post I commented on earlier. Let's see, is she normal? Yes. Wow, lots of friends. So she's pretty engaged in social media. Notice I don't spend a ton of time here, just making sure. References.
Jen, you need to put your flower cord on.
Thank you. I meant to do that earlier. Sorry, guys. Okay. So she is, it's a nice posting. I like it. Post something just so that she starts to see me pop up. But I like her. She's super cute. I don't know where she lives, but I want to say it's like somewhere local-ish. So she's going on the list. Haley Clecott. Okay. Now, I won't do any more of this because clearly you guys get it. But basically now you can see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new contacts for the day. So I'll probably do a lot more, to be honest, because when I do add friends, I like to do maybe 10 or something, maybe 15 at the most. When I get on a roll, I just kind of keep going, but just be careful not to do too many in one day. But then what you do when you come back to this list, so let's go back up here. Let's say August 1st. So I added these people, right? And I want to make sure I continue to engage on their pages. Actually, I want to show you an example of a girl who's this is working really, really well with. Where is she? Don't even tell me she's not on my list. That would be embarrassing. I don't think she is. I can't believe it. Okay. She is totally not on my list. Okay, that's weird. So let's go back here for a second. I know I met her in this Girls Love Travel group. And I can't remember what it was, but I posted or I commented on her post and she kept commenting back. So I kept commenting back. And then I added her as a friend, she accepted. And then I went on her page and I like interacted a little bit on there. and she's been liking all of my posts, and I'm like, wow, this is kind of how it works, right? Sorry guys, trying to find. That is literally a prospect calling me back. And I'm not going to answer it right now. He watched the video and he says he has people that would like to do this. So I've been trying to get a hold of him, but I'll call him back after. Sorry, this is not as fast as I had hoped. Trying to find, I put a post up. My goodness. Okay, you know what? Moving on. I had put a post up in this group and I'm trying to find it. It went up yesterday and this girl commented. You can see how you can get lost in this pretty easy and waste time, right? So don't do what I'm doing.
You
if
can
type your
search for
name-
your own name.
Yeah, if
and
you type your name in the search this group, it might pull up your post.
I know I can't even, oh, my name.
Yeah, go
Yeah,
into the
search your
left-hand
own name.
Oh my gosh, thank you, girls.
Type in your last name too, Jen.
Yeah,
I just have Jen as my
Jen.
name.
No, your name is Jennifer on.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow. Swear I'm not lying. But anyway, this Gail
Okay.
Woods person.
Are you Jen Woods or Jennifer Woods?
It's Jennifer Woods.
Is it?
Yeah, I can see your name on the top of the screen.
Okay. You're right. Yay! There it is.
There you
Okay. My gosh. Here we go. So this is the post I put up yesterday. Excuse me. Here it goes. And I just kind of said, when I'm not traveling, I'm spending time here. And I ask a question to create engagement. And it's actually worked. Oh, here, Ashley Small. That's her name. She always comments on my stuff too. So Ashley Small, is she on here? I gotta make sure. Sometimes I miss people. I can't believe I didn't put her on the list. What a dingle. I can also search up here. And just make sure. No. Okay, so Ashley Small, that's a huge miss, guys, because she's been super engaged. I'm going to call it August 1st because I know I've been talking to her for just over a week. But seriously, guys, like groups, so those 3 to 5 things that you love, find those groups and pick a few of them and just stay there. Don't bounce all over the place because you'll try to find groups and you'll spend all this time. Like this group is working for me. This girl, Ashley, I added her as a friend. I've been engaging in her posts. She's super engaged. So what happens is between the time I add her and engaging back and forth over, call it a 3 to 5 week period, depending on, you know, the level of the relationship and the posts that she's putting up. But if we're engaging, my posts are hitting her feed, her posts are hitting my feed. And so I can at some point go back and say, hey, listen, Ashley, you know, it's been so awesome getting to know you. I've been seeing your posts popping up in my feed. And I mean, it's clear to me how much you love to travel. And I know you told me before, because she actually did when I asked her, you told me before that you love to travel, but you don't get to do it as often as you'd like because you only get, 4 weeks vacation a year. And then I'll say, listen, I'd feel really bad if I didn't share what I do with you based on how much I know you love to travel. You know, if there was a way for you to travel more, blah, 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 you know, would you be interested in taking a look at what I do? Or have you ever thought about doing what I do? Something super simple, but don't make it a big, long, blah, blah, blah. Just keep it super simple. And actually, the best way to end it is, have you ever thought about doing what I do? And then she's probably gonna be like, well, I don't know what you do. What do you do? And then that's where you can sort of start a conversation. I love Facebook Messenger for conversations because obviously it keeps the history there, but you can send audios. So if somebody asks me what I do, I generally will send them a quick audio. I'm trying my hardest to get it to within 1 minute. I've been doing a lot better at it. But sending an audio that basically says, hey, sorry, you know, I'm on the run here. It's so much easier for me to send an audio. And also you get to hear my voice. I'm a real human. Ha ha ha. You know, break the ice and then just say, hey, listen, what I do is, you know, and basically tell your 60-second why story. I used to do this, but then I found I didn't have time. You know, I wanted to travel more, blah, blah, blah. Make it so that it lines up with what you know they're going through. And then say, and then I found my business. I was super terrified. I didn't know what I was doing, but there was such a simple system. I just followed it and I had so much coaching and I've mastered it and I'm doing super well and everything's changing. And I'm, you know, my goal is to be out of the corporate life, you know, very soon, something like that. And then I, you know, gosh, if it sounds like it's up your alley, maybe I can send you some information, something like that. Okay. So she's on my list. I'm going to go back to her and make sure, but basically, and I won't do it right now because it'll take too long, but I'm going to go back to all these people and I'm going to make sure that I'm touching their Facebook pages, right? And I'm commenting on something, engaging in the relationship. This is relationship building. It's super important. Every 2 to 3 days you go in and comment or like, because what happens in the Facebook algorithm is Facebook sees you commenting on their stuff and them commenting or liking your stuff, and they automatically go, oh, these two are friends. So then they start to show you each other's posts as though you're friends. Okay, so that's what you're trying to create by engaging. Also, when you send somebody a Facebook Messenger, that also counts and drives up your notifications for them to see. Okay, so that is groups. Does anyone have questions about groups? It's pretty basic. I loved this post in here because I've gotten some likes. I can also go to these people. Frost is in this group. But I can check out any of these people and I can, you know, see what they're doing, check out their page, you know, add them as a friend, whatever, right? And it wouldn't be totally random because she's liked something that I posted. So she might accept. And probably if I added 10 to 15 people in a day, maybe like 5 or 6 of them would accept. And then that's 5 or 6 people now that go on my list that now I'm interacting with. So it takes a little bit of time, but honestly, once you kind of get in the groove, it happens pretty quickly and you can like quickly go through your list and do. Now, the other thing that I'm going to talk about is, so this is my list.
Jen, before you go through your list, can I just confirm? I know you primarily do, like you focused on Facebook, but
Yeah.
I've probably spent more of my time on Instagram from a quote unquote business standpoint.
Yeah.
So I've just made my Instagram public.
Oh, good work.
Yeah. And I won't lie, it was terrifying, everybody. Now I have all these people I don't know following me and I post pictures of my family and stuff like that. So one of the things I would ask you is would the equivalent strategy be when people like, I have a lot of people liking my stuff that I don't know who they are. So when they like it, would you would an equivalent version of this be looking at their page again, checking if they're quote unquote normal, if you like their content, and if you do like some of their stuff, start liking on recent posts that they've done too?
Yeah, commenting.
And following them.
I would say in Facebook, liking posts doesn't really, I mean, it's okay to like them, but really you want to be commenting on the odd thing.
Yeah.
Because they're not really going to see, they don't see likes in their notifications. What your goal is on Facebook is to pop up in their notifications so that they get used to seeing your name, right? In Instagram, a like does pop up in their notifications, but if they get 10 at a time, you're going to quickly fall to the bottom of the list. So I would also say follow them back if there's somebody that you like, for sure. Once you've followed them back, add them to your list, and then, you know, go through, like, and comment on a couple things, and then do the same thing through Facebook or through Instagram.
Okay.
Now, the only thing about Instagram is my advice for you is to get them off Instagram and onto Facebook if they're on Facebook as quickly as possible. Or not as quickly as possible, but like in order to build a real relationship, the Instagram chat is not awesome for that. Okay? It just isn't. Like, I don't find the chat platform very good. You can't put links in there. So once you get to the point of like, hey, can I share a video? You can't do it there. So just, you know, try to ask them like, hey, do you have a Facebook page? Sorry, I don't really check my messages on Instagram much. Do you have a Facebook page? If so, I'll add you there. And I do that. And then they funnel through my Facebook page. I just like Facebook better. I meet people on Instagram, and I do this, like, I'll go through, I post on Instagram. You can link it to your Facebook account so that it goes on both if you like. Just watch the hashtags. If you're hashtagging you want to be hashtagging on Instagram 100%, because that's how you find, or people find you who are not in your friends or not connected to you. But just don't put a hashtag right in your post, especially if you're gonna, you can, but if you're, doing 10 hashtags, don't put it right in your post because it just looks ugly. Mm-hmm. And also, if you're connecting it with your Facebook page and you're posting on both, the hashtags don't work on Facebook. So it's pointless. It doesn't fit with Facebook's way of doing things, and it looks a bit juvenile. So what I would say is I never put hashtags in my post. What I do is, as soon as I post on Instagram, I immediately add a comment and I put all my hashtags in the comment, and you're allowed 30. So I recommend getting as close to 30 as you can, but don't go over 30, because once you hit send, it'll kick you out and all your hashtags are gone and you have to start over. It sucks. But you'll look on my Instagram, it's Jen Woods Healthy Hustle, and every post has comments with all my hashtags.
Jen?
Yeah.
I've heard with Instagram, I went to a session about it, that you only have something like 10 seconds to comment and that it gets pulled up into your Instagram post. So essentially putting the stuff in your comments, if you take too long, Instagram isn't going to pull it into the algorithm.
No.
Have you heard that?
No, I did not.
Yeah. You only have a certain amount and then it doesn't get pulled in. So you have to have them all copied and pasted and put them in right away. Otherwise it essentially loses them.
That's a good
if they're not in your initial post.
Okay. Cool. Good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know. Okay. So that's Instagram. And then if you're on LinkedIn, same thing. You can, chat with people. You can connect with people. If there's anniversaries, those are the notifications that come up. People who accept your connections. You can't really go on their page and interact. So I don't love LinkedIn for that. But it's also a platform that you can use. Now, I talked through groups. I talked about your brand, the 3 to 5 things you love. Post about those things. They should not feel like work. Those are the things that you like to talk about. So talk about them and add value, right? So it shouldn't just be all about you, but rather like sharing things that you've learned or things that have worked for you. Be vulnerable. So talk about, you know, things being stressful and what you do to overcome it and whatever. Just be vulnerable, be real. Okay. Then I went through the new Facebook friends, add to your tracker, engage on their pages. Okay, and then go through your list. So basically what I do here is I go through my list and I put in here anyone that I've like had back and forth with. This girl, I forgot to write here. I asked her if she would take, she's like a head honcho marketing VP in the States somewhere. She's watched the DA. I sent her a video. So she has watched it. My next touch was supposed to be August 2nd, which I sent her a message and she didn't respond. So I'm going to now send her a text. So let's see. Hi there. Just curious to know if you've watched the video. Let me know. I'd love to get your thoughts. Something like that. Okay. So follow up done. I put here August 9th, next touch in 2 days. Okay. This girl's not responding to me. She is dead to me. Marissa, I'm following up with her on the 14th. I know that. This girl, I owe a coffee date to, and I've been tardy, so I'm going to totally send her a message tomorrow. This person's interesting. So it's been a while. I sent her a message. She did not reply. That's somebody I might follow up with. For the purposes of right now, not going to. This girl watched the DA and said, oh, thank you so much. She was just starting a new job. She thinks that it's a lot of work. She's like, why would I start an Arbonne business when I've already got such an established career? And I was like, because you work all day, all night, and you never see your family. But anyway, she'll come around. This girl's traveling right now, but I have been interacting with her, and I'm actually going to put August 1st there because I have been talking to her, and it's so important to keep this up to date. And I know it feels like work to do it, but I think it's really important. Now, Heather, interesting. Okay, so this is going to take me to my next point. Heather Inch. Oh, interesting. So I sent her a happy birthday message and she didn't respond. So she is going to get one more message from me, maybe two. And if she doesn't respond again, she's a really nice person, so I think she will respond. I'm just going to say, hey girl, you popped up in my Facebook feed, and maybe that's not true. You popped up in my mind today, and I thought I'd shoot you a hello. How has your summer been so far? So she gets a text, and then I put August 9th, and I don't have a specific follow-up date for her because she hasn't like watched the DA recently or anything. So, but what I was going to do is I was going to add her to the Healthy Hustle group, but I won't just yet because I want her to respond to this first. So if she responds, then I'm going to send her this canned message that I've created, which I can it's like an invitation, but I don't ask permission. I tell them I'm adding them to this community group. So here's the community group. And I mentioned it on the Chantal's region training. and it's called, so back to my homepage, it's called Healthy Hustle. So this is the group where this is basically my prospects get to see and feel our Arbonne community through our eyes, but without actually being a consultant. And this is super, super awesome, guys. It's an amazing group. I'm just trying to get my Zoom here in the right place so it's not covering everything. But basically I created this group. I'm the person who posts in it mostly, but my team is in here as well. And so let's see what's going on. So this team, I just put Healthy Hustle, build your dreams the healthy way. Intriguing, but like, what is this? And I have 64 members in this group now. I haven't been as diligent about adding people every single day, but as soon as I share the DA with someone, I add them to this group. As soon as I, share product information or a gold bag with them or any kind of product, if they become a customer, they go in this group. Okay, so, and then my team adds people to this group as well. Okay, so the whole point of this group is it gives them insight into our community, all of that stuff, but also allows me to create a group message with, my upline so that they can be that third party representative for my prospects. And my team, I can be their third party representative for their prospects. So here's my pinned post. It's me doing a really quick Facebook Live video. It was 8 minutes, which is a little bit too long. But anyway, it says, what is this community all about and what's in it for you? It's like a welcome message. Thanks for being here. Here's what this community is all about. Yada, yada, yada. So this is one of my prospects. I added her on August 1st, and she commented, and she's like, I'm so excited to be part of this community. Boom, perfect, right? And then I said, I love that you're here. And then her and I were chatting offline. I had actually met her at a restaurant in Toronto. She was my server, and I shared Arbonne with her. This was probably a year and a half ago, and I've just kept her on Facebook, and I've been engaging in her posts and just dripping on her. But now I don't have to remember to drip on her. I can drip on her in this group, and everybody else sees my posts, right? So she's been in this group since August 1st. And the other day I asked her if she would come to the King Street DA because she told me she's moving to Australia for a year, I think it is. And I said, oh, perfect. You're moving to Australia. I was like, listen, I know you've taken a look at Arbonne before. I need you to hear me out and come to the Thompson Hotel. She lives down the street from Thompson. I know she's going to love it. I'm like, I'll buy a glass of wine. So she's coming next Monday. So that's exciting. But that all came out of this page. And then my team's adding people. This is a consultant who hasn't, really been super engaged for a while. And so, but she's part of the group now. And so she's getting the community feel, and we're here to support those people. And so it's such an amazing, anyway, you can see Kathleen, who's on this call. She was somebody that I added to this group, and she is now a consultant. So this group is really powerful, guys. I'm not saying everyone create a group, but I think if a leader creates a group, it can be a really powerful thing for the team to take advantage of. And then I just wrote, this was yesterday, this is what healthy hustling looks like for me right now. Relaxing, working on my biz on my phone. And people are like, you're working on your business on your phone at the cottage doing that? Like, what is your business? Right? So they're intrigued. And there's Maëlle. She's liking. So yeah, I only got 2 people that actually liked it, but the right people are liking. And keep in mind, this is the start of this community, right? And then I posted about, this is Lisa Kish, and she's been traveling for something like 210 days with her family because she's a RVP or ERVP with Arbonne, and she gets to do that. And so I just posted this post that she had put up about all the countries she's been to, and pretty cool, right? And you can see, so there's Mael again. she's everywhere. Who else? Oh, Alexander. Oh, that's Anna.
My guy, yeah.
Okay, so Anna, that's your guy, right? He's liking
Yeah.
it. So the other thing is, so Anna posted this great thing, what's your favorite product and why, right? Because you want to ask questions. The whole goal in these groups is to drive engagement. And so you definitely want to be asking questions every now and then. People are answering. So Sue is a prospect of mine. She buys Arbonne products and she loves the cellular renewal mask. So amazing. So it's working, guys. It's not super exciting because not everybody's posting or commenting and engaging all the time, but it's so new that it will get there, you know? Oh, and then one of my prospects wrote me that. So I just, oh, there she is, Sue. Oh, and there's Kathleen writing something. So, and there's Mona posting. So guys, this just gives you an idea of what's in here. I also welcome my new consultants to this group. And actually, Kathleen, I forgot to add you, so I totally have to do that. This was me sharing my 3-year video, which I think, so Tamara is somebody who is also a new consultant on my team from this group. So anyway, I'm not going to spend much more time here, but guys, it's working. So basically, this is what I do with this. Think of ATM. I talked about this on Chantel's thing. So A is for add. You add your prospect to the group. Tag, or T is for tag. You tag them in either the welcome post or any post that you like on here that you think is relevant for them. So maybe it's the travel post. You know, oh, hey, you love traveling? Look at what this girl is able to do. You know, let's talk more, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So you can tag them. And then M is for message. So that's where you create a group message. So there's a group message right now between myself, Anna, and Anna's prospect, Alex. And he's watching the DA video, but he has questions. And so she just added me and said, hey, you know, if you have questions, Jen's here to help. I sent him a little audio sort of giving my 60-second why story, and he responded. And he said, you know, thank you so much. So nice to meet you. I just, you know, I'm looking into things. And so, oh, look at, she's responding. Aha. Barbara. She is, oh, I think she already accepted my friend request. Anyway, pretty cool, right? So I'll go back to that.
He knows we're watching.
It's live though, right? But like this happens all day. So that's where I prospect for an hour. I'm just showing you what I do throughout the day on my social media. I wouldn't call all of this necessarily prospecting, but I think it's important to see it all in order to understand. Oh, here's Rachel. Okay, so this girl's also a cold market prospect. She liked my post recently. She likes a lot of things. She's a little bit difficult because I had chatted with her and she agreed to watch the DA. And then she wanted to get together for a coffee or a wine or something. And I was like, yeah, sure. And then now I'm like, or lunch or something. And I was like, oh, this feels like work. And so I'm not quite sure if I'm willing to spend an hour and a half of my time with someone just because it's really precious. So I might. We'll see. I probably will. Anyway, where was I going with this? Okay, so I went through all that stuff. I went through my list. I talked about the Healthy Hustle group. That's that message part is really important because it's third-party validation. What it does is it shows your prospect that you're not in this alone, that they don't have to figure it out by themselves, that there's support from your upline or from someone else, okay? So I followed up with Christy. I have to call Basil right back. And Anna, I think you know him. So we used to work together. So I'm just gonna send him a message here and say I'm gonna call you right back. Will call you back. And then there's a girl, Charlene, that I'm gonna ask her really quickly. She was on my list there. And I know I had, hey, I have to follow up with her because I asked her to come to a DA. She said yes, and then she bailed on me. So I'm going to ask her. Just checking in to see how you're doing. I still have your INV. There's another event happening Monday evening at the Thompson. Want to come out for a glass of wine? We'll see what she says. All right, so that was another follow-up done. Okay, I think I'm good. Does anyone have questions before I move on? No? Okay, what I want, what's that? I got so much sun this weekend. Oh my God, it was really bad. This is with sunscreen. It was really hot. Okay. By the way, like, so this is one of the people that I'm following that has a really good online presence. This girl too. And when you follow them, so I'll just show you here. So I found her. When I follow, you see here, it defaults to default, which doesn't mean you're not necessarily going to see their posts. I put see first. So when you go into my feed, it's all these people. See, this person too. So she's clearly with Unique, but I see her post because she's got a really huge online presence. Okay. Okay. So group. So I'm going to create a group right now. So if you guys want to do this with me, feel free. But I'm literally going to create my online launch, my Arbonne online launch. So what should I call it? Arbonne online launch. I don't know. Is that stupid? I have to add someone. So Anna, I'm adding you. Otherwise it won't let me add a group. So you can add someone. It's a closed group, so that's good. And I'm gonna create. So guys, I'm literally gonna, it doesn't matter which one of these you pick. I'm literally gonna like start a launch for my business online because I need to do this. I haven't done it yet. And there's so many people in my, like not everybody on my Facebook group thing is gonna be part of this because there's some people that are in that new category and I don't want those people in here because I'm building a relationship with them. But people that already know I do Arbonne and haven't necessarily bought anything yet, but I know they wanted something at some point, they're going to be coming to this group. And I'm not just going to add random people, by the way, like without sending them a heads up. So I'm going to create like a little canned message that's like, hey, so and so, you'll notice I'm going to add you to this launch group. I'm officially launching my business online. It's so exciting. And, I'm going to share with you some of my favorite products, some of the things that are new, and, would love if you would check it out and support me. Something like that. Okay. You want to pretty it up. So this is pretty basic stuff here, but so I got these from, if you Google cover photos, there's a million of them. So I like this one. Okay. Shoot, what did I do here? Okay, now hang on a sec, because I'm going to go to this other group for a second. I'm going to steal to save, press save. Clearly I'm new at this, guys. Save. I'm going to go to groups. There's a crew of us here that's created this group with some posts that we can steal from. Oops. Can I edit this? Yes. So I'm going to steal this. And guys, you can create your own posts, but basically we're probably going to share with you some of our ideas after. And then I'm going to go back to my group. I don't know if there's a faster way of doing this. If there is, please shout out. Jen's online launch. So I'm going to write, what is Arbonne? So I have this if it's a host event, but I am the host. Blah, blah, blah. You know what? Actually, I really like, I'm just going to post that. And then I'm going to go back here because I really like that video that you posted, Meg. It's really good. This one. Oh my God. Hello. How do I, here, share. I'm gonna go back. Groups. Okay. So I'm gonna edit this guy. And then I'm gonna add. And I can tweak this after. So hopefully that shows up there. I don't know if it will. But basically, here's the deal. Oh, Donna is also a prospect, and she liked a post of mine today, so that's really good. Okay, so in this group, basically, in a nutshell, here's the deal. So you want to be about 5 to 7 days in length, no more. I think 5 is probably good. You want to make it pretty. So pretend you're doing an online launch in your house. And this is basically, or you're doing a launch, sorry, in your house, and you have your products around and you've made it pretty, right? You've cleaned up, made it nice, inviting. So you want to do that before you add anybody. Make sure that the name sort of makes sense. Have a cover photo that's nice. You want to have a description. So in your description, tell people what it's about. So you can say, hey, thank you for being here. Welcome to my online launch. I'm so excited to share all my favorite products with you, something like that. And then have a welcome sort of like something, one post that's there before you invite people. You can even put 2 if you want, but your goal is to create engagement in the group. So you want to post probably at least 2 to 3 things per day. And once you've created your posts, you can just save them for your next group, right? So if somebody hosts on your behalf, you can use the exact same posts that you did, just recycle them, right? So this is really like, once you've done it, you can tweak and reuse, right? We're creating a simple sort of way of doing this. And then my next post, once I've invited everybody, I'm going to do a little video. And I'm going to keep it to like 2 or 3 minutes. And I'm just going to say, basically, I'm going to say, thank you so much for being here. It means a lot to me. I'm also going to say my 60-second why story. I'm going to tell them why I'm doing this, how it's affected my life and what I want to get out of it or whatever. And then I'm going to say, I'm going to share with you all my favorite products. I'll show you the results I've gotten. And, if you have any questions, please let me know. And I'm, would love to share more with you. Something like that. A quick video so that they see your face, they hear from you, all of that. Do we have a chat? I've been ignoring chat. Kathleen, yes, absolutely, Kathleen. We will add you. Yes, we're getting all the content together, yeah, for these online launches, and we will post it in a group for everybody to use so you guys don't have to recreate the wheel. So we're working on that right now. And then that way you guys can steal different ideas. But there's also like ask questions like if you could change one thing about your skin, what would it be? Ooh, Jazina is also a prospect. She's on my list. I love this. So fun. Yeah, ask questions. What's the one thing about your health that keeps you from being at your best every day or whatever, right? Like if you could have one of these 3 things, which one would it be? More energy, weight loss, or, better functioning something or other. I don't know. My brain stopped working. It's 9:15. But ask questions, create engagement. In a group, just because you post doesn't mean that everybody's automatically seeing that post that's in that group. Because EdgeRank is still working, right? So you want to drive engagement. The more engagement you get in your posts, the more people will actually see all your posts, which is really cool. So tag people in them and, get people answering questions and engaging. Okay? So I'm going to open it up now for questions because that's kind of the end of me talking. But basically what I'm going to do here is I'm going to launch this tomorrow and I'm just going to do it. And I'm going to start putting my posts in here. I'm going to share my before and afters and my results and my favorite pictures. And I'm going to take selfies. People love to see you. Try not to put like a video. Oh, there's Charlene. Hey. Try not to put like a video of someone else. Try to put you in there. Oh God, what's she gonna say? I'm scared. This is live, people.
This is creepy because everyone can see it.
I know. No. Oh, to the 21st.
Through 28th.
Oh, She didn't say no.
Okay.
That's a win. I will get her to one of those. Awesome. So there you go, live and in action, guys. So I'm going to open it up to questions, and then if you guys don't have any questions, I will stop recording, and I will call my prospect back to see what who he's going to refer to me.
So after you do all this and then you're engaging with them, that's when you like send the DA video and do all the other steps that we've been talking about.
Yeah. So after, a few weeks of engaging back and forth
Yeah.
and creating that bond with them, you're really making friends here, right?
Yeah.
You're creating a relationship. Maybe you chit chat about some things that you have in common, right?
Mhm.
Then once it's appropriate to do so, put the ask out there. So for me, this girl, Ashley, from the travel group,
Yep.
I've only been chatting with her for about 10 days. So it's still a little bit new. I want to give it a few more days. And then I'm going to reach out to her and say, hey, I'd feel really bad if I didn't share this with you. Have you ever thought about doing what I do? Basically something like that. Just really simple. And then if she says yes, she'd like to take a look, I send her a short DA.
Yep.
Now, you can find a DA that's relevant. I find a lot of them are really, really long. So if you're on my team, you can use my 6-minute DA. If you're not on my team, you can use my 6-minute DA. It doesn't matter, but there's a 6-minute DA, and I show the income slide. I don't show the other slides, but I find it works to pre-qualify prospects.
Yep.
And if they watch that, it's 6 minutes, super short. If they watch that one, then you can ask them if they're interested in hearing more. Yeah. And then you can send them a longer one. You can invite them to the Thompson or any Discover Arbonne event that's where you live. You can do the add tag message thing.
At what point are you adding them to the Healthy Hustle when you send the first time?
Yeah.
Or are you asking for permission?
No. So when I send them the DA, because I know they're interested in an opportunity. Yeah. So what I do is as soon as I send them the DA, I send them this message, which is basically like, hey, by the way, I'm also going to add you to our community page. It's a really great place. You're going to get a feel for the community feel, the positivity, the sharing, and also there's amazing, health and wellness tips and living your best life. I think you'll love it. I'm going to add you there. And I'll introduce you to my business partner, Mona. And then I start a group chat with Mona, and I introduce them and I say, hey, Mona, this is so-and-so. She's watching the Discover Arbonne video. And so-and-so, this is Mona. She's been doing this business for a while. You edify that person. She's a pro. She's my mentor. She's taught me everything I know. Mona, can you quickly share your story with her and help answer questions? And then Mona will do like a little audio that sort of talks about her why and blah, blah, blah. Get into the conversation. Cool? All right. Anyone else? Questions? No? All right, guys. I'm going to stop recording, but thanks for jumping on, and I hope you found this helpful, and feel free to reach out if you have any other questions, and let me know if you have any success from this stuff. I'd really love to hear it. All right?
Thanks so much, Jen, for your time.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.